Hello, this LP3 training video is for the contact report. To access the contact report, click on Reports, Management Reports, and then Contact. Let's go ahead and go over the options for the contact report. You can choose Employee ID. You can choose Contact Type, whether it was a special letter, whether it was a user solicitation, whether it was text, things of that nature. I'm going to go ahead and keep those on all. You have date selection for the contacts. This is employees contacting customers in various ways. The max range is 60 days, and it's any 60 days over a period of time. When you select the date, you have yesterday as an option, last 7 days, this month, last month, a specific date, a single day, or a custom range. The custom range is 60 days and can be any 60 days in the past, not just the last 60 days. It could be 6 months ago and 60 days in that period. Let's go ahead and choose last month. You can see that it quickly fills in for the previous month, which was September 1st through the September 30th. Go ahead and run the report. And we have 7,204 records, and that is all employees, contact types all, and then for September 1st through September 30th. We have showing 500 records at a time, so we're showing 1 through 500 of 7,204. I can go ahead and bump it up if I wanted to 1,000 records per page, and then it would show 1 to 1,000. You would click on second page, third page, and so forth for 1,001 to 2,000. Let's go ahead and go back to the first page selection. So options, whenever you have the data come up, when you've pulled the data up for this month, September 1st through September 30th, say you want to, let's have order by customer name. So you go ahead and click on the title, customer, and it will sort by customer name. I want a second sort order. I don't want the employee ID to be out of sort order. I want to first sort by customer name alphabetically. And I can see here that multiple employees talk to this customer over periods of time, but I want to see when a specific employee. So first I clicked on customer for the first sort order to be alphabetically starting through A's. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on the employee title, and then it will then first alphabetically by customer, second sort order by the employee ID. So you see that employee ID 31 contacted Acosta 3 times, period of time, then Adams, then Aguilar. So first I had the customer sorted by alphabetical, and then I have the second sort order by the employee. I can then quickly see a specific employee, contacted a particular customer, account number, age of the customer, the contact date and time. They sent out a letter. If I had gone over here and selected, well, before I show that, if I want to do a print of data, if I were to do print right now, it would print 7,204 records. But I don't want to print all those records. I wanted to come in here and I just want the A's. To select for print, you just click on the first column row, and I have one row selected. If I wanted to select several rows, first I hit click the first row and I hit shift, and I can go down to click Adams. And so if I select it and I go down and I hit shift, it'll select all of those between the first and the second selection. If I then want to do individual additional items, I would do command or control, and I could select individual items within here. If I wanted to take any of the items off, I could just deselect that particular item. Right now I have 10 rows selected. Whatever you have selected on your data, if you have no data selected, it will print 7,204 records. Right now I have 10 rows selected. Let me go ahead and select a few more. What I'm doing right now is I'm just hitting shift, just kind of like filling in the blanks here. Shift will fill in the blanks from the first to the last record selected. If I want to take the selections off again, I just click, I take the selections off. Go ahead and do it again. click Shift. I want to go ahead and print these 19 rows. So I can come over here and I can click Print. It will only print those 19 selections. As I said, if you did not select anything and you clicked Print, it would print 7,204 entries. That's not practical. You want to be able to drill down in on your data. If you wanted to be able to sort by contact codes, so the code that the employee put in for the particular customer, you can sort by contact codes, and we can see that our 1 to 1,000 records, we're still on 0, and you would continue on through your 1,000 through 2,000 records, and contact codes would count up. So this would be a quick way to go ahead and get to a specific contact code. Let me go ahead and go back here, do 1 through 1,000 of 7,204 records. So you have an option for search too, and search will search all columns. So if I put in Brown and I hit enter, anytime the word Brown, and this particular customer's name is Brown, anytime the word Brown came up in any of the columns, it would show. So right now, Brown shows up 27 times out of 2,204 records. I could then click Print and just print out all the Browns. If I wanted, let me go ahead and clear this so I can see some more options that I might have and hit enter. So maybe I wanted to have Brown and Cruz. So Brown, you would do an or, C-R-U-Z. So anytime Brown or Cruz shows up in any of these columns, we'll go ahead and hit enter. We have 63 out of 2,204 entries that will show up. So it was either Cruz was in the name in one of these columns, or Brown was in the name in one of these columns. So again, the search will search all columns, all data, and you can have something or something else. So you can search for more than one term. I just want to show you how the search works. Go ahead and delete that, hit enter, and then we go back to employee all, contact type all, and then from September 1st to September 30th, that's the data we've pulled. If you want to see, and we see that during this period of time, September 1st through September 31st, employees 31, 49, 51, 99 contributed to these 7,204 collection activities. Employee 31 contributed 2,651, 49 contributed 3,528, and so forth for the period of time. If I want to look and see, say, employee 31, let me go ahead and choose employee 31, and I want to do, well, I want to see if they sent out any special letters during this time period. Employee 31, and I want to look and see if they sent out special letters, and I click run for September 1st through September 30th. And then I can quickly see that 113 records came up. So that means employee 31 sent out 113 special letters during this period of time. And down here, you'll see that it's 113 contacts that were special letter. So let me go ahead and go back to all employees, all types of contact, and then run it again for September 1st through 30th. And we have back again, all employees will show up during that time period. So there's 4. And let's take a look down below here at contact summary. And let's choose an employee and a specific date and time. So let's go ahead and towards the end of the month, they probably have quite a bit more data. Let's go ahead and choose last month and say the 28th for employee 31. Let's see what employee 31 did on this specific day. So we can see that they took 6 payments from month to date. So the beginning of the month to this particular day, they took 236 payments. If they did any reversals that day or month to date, renewals for bar renew or by mail, or any reversals for those type of renewals. So they did 2 reversals. You can quickly see by a specific date what the employee did for the day, what the employee did for month to date. So the first day of the month through that day, quickly see the totals on the employee. Over here you have promises that the employee had originally made are due today, and then how many of those promises that they made came in today. So if you run this in the morning, it has a timestamp for the employee and the date of the report, and then the current date and time. So some of these numbers will change periodically through the day. So if you want to get a quick snapshot and do a print of the particular activity for an employee, keep in mind that if you're printing this at 9 a.m. in the morning and the employee does a bunch of work during the day, it's going to be different, say at 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. What you also see here is promises due month to date. So this particular employee had 241 promises due between the first of the day and the 28th. Only 7 of those promises came in and paid of the 248, so 3%. Quickly see here as the days count up through the first of the month or the end of the month, if the employee is actually getting people to come in to pay or that they have called to collect on. It's just a quick snapshot of how many they've got promises for and actually how many that came in, how many special letters the particular employee did, and then special letters month to date. First activity. So when the employee comes in during the day, this particular date, the 28th, the first activity they did was more than likely they logged in the software. And then at 9:32, and then they started doing their collection activities. So the first activity for collections was at 9:35, and then so forth, the last activity and the last contact of the day. So this was for employee 31. If we were to go over and look at employee, say 49, which contains data for the month, let's take a look and see what they did on the 28th. So again, it will show first activity, last activity, first contact, last contact, all the payments and renewals in for the day, month to date, promises in today, month to date, and totals month to date. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to look at a specific day. I want to know on the 28th of last month who by employee. Let me go ahead and choose the 28th of last month by employee. I'm going to look at the employees by the day. On the 28th of last month, we had 4 employees made up the collection activity for the day. Employee 49, 31, 51, and 99. We can see that at the 8 o'clock hour, so from 8 to 8:59, the employee 49 had 29 contacts. No one else did. Employee 49 came in early and started their work. We can see that at the 9 o'clock hour, so 9 through 9:59 a.m., employee 49 did 27 contacts. We also have employee 31, which probably came in, if we looked, came in and started the work after the 9 o'clock hour. They have 11 contacts, and then employee 51 has 2 contacts for the hour. So we can quickly see here that employee 51 only had 2 contacts for the entire day. We can see that 49 did their work, 11 o'clock hour, a little bit less. Probably employee 49 took their lunch around 12 o'clock. That's why they only have 1 contact. Like maybe it was 12:01, 12:02, and they did a contact and they took their lunch. I would see here that maybe employee 31 didn't have much for the 11 o'clock hour. So employee 31 probably took their lunch at between 11 and 12. So the 2 swapped. One took their lunch at 11, between 11 and 12. One took their lunch between 12 to 1. And then we have employee 99, which is the user for administration from CFS software. There was probably some type of mail out or text or something like that, maybe at that point in time. So you can see quickly throughout the day which employees did how much work at a particular hour of the day. And see that employee 49 did a lot of work all throughout the day. Employee 31, the second most amount of work throughout the day. And then employee 51, a couple of things they did, and then 99, a couple of things at these particular hours. So between the contact report of what the employee did to contact the customer, and the way that you can drill down in on the data, and all of the columns are sortable, with the exception of notes, but all the rest are sortable. So you can see you can sort your promises together or not promised together. You can do search, you can do day, date, date range. You'll see the totals here when you do those ranges. You can come in on the employee for a particular date and see all the totals that they did underneath the employee activity. And then specifically for a date, you can come and you can quickly see which employees worked that day and which employees did the most work. And this is the new contact report. If you have any questions or suggestions or need any additional training on the contact report, please contact CFS Software, and we will take care of it. And thank you very much.